Hey there YouTube, I'm Yukitsu, this is the Yukitsu Times. Welcome to my channel, welcome back to Stellaris. Is this going to run or is this not? Having pieced them together, the foreign objects inside the destroyer drones have been identified by our experts as one-way transmitters. Oh no, wait, since they're not set to receive. What the? Why would you build a drone that cannot receive signals? Okay, so some entity has been keeping tabs on the drone's activities. It is advisable to look into this matter, so a special project has been prepared. Marvelous. So as you can see, a special project has not been prepared. This is good. Okay, thanks, game. Right. Well, whatever. In any event, we probably want to figure out if we can actually get into a conflict here with the Great Fuberlev state. The problem is that, again, like, these guys are actually their defensive ally, so yeah, that kind of throws a bit of a kink into that plan, throws a bit of a spork into that wrench or whatever. I don't really know engineering at all. In any event, we've got not a whole lot else that we can do until we've just sort of built up our forces in a great mass. And,
yeah, we've also
got like 1 FPS. I've actually got
my counter in the
corner saying that we are indeed at 1 FPS. So this is a good thing. It means that I've got more time to think about what it is I'm supposed to be doing. Although apparently, despite having only 1 frames per second, resources are accumulating. So that is good. Okay. In any event, let's go ahead and click on our spaceport over here, and let's get another crap ton of these guys. There we go. That ought to fix our having resources problem. Right. So anyway, we got this place sort of available here to us. We just need to get our manpower, or our fleet power rather, up to the point where I no longer have to worry about someone else looking at us and saying that, yeah, we could take those assholes. At which point we'd be in some serious shit. So probably a good idea for me to do that. Let's go ahead and build some defensive armies actually as well here. We're not going to have like serious defenders for a while, but I think now's a good time to actually get a few of the defensive troops up just in case. Contemplating getting another station up. We currently got a little bit of influence trickling in, which is pretty good. But yeah, I mean, we're basically just at the stage of the game where you just advance up as fast as possible, try and get as many different things. We have got the ability to get better weapons of some sort, so that could also be something good. We'll have to go ahead and get this one, I think. It's going to take us 40 months to get that, even though it's a biotech, and biotech is our specialization. So that's unfortunate. Oh boy, we can get clone armies down here. We have to actually get, however, the cloning stations. So that's going to be interesting. Let's go ahead and grab another science lab here. Over here, everything's kind of upgraded. We're getting a new citizen that will then immediately move off the planet. So that's good, I guess. Alright. Oh, wow. Okay. Let's grab... Actually, we want to grab one of these upgrades first. So we'll upgrade this first. And then we'll go ahead and grab the development here. So if you do it in that order, what's going to happen is, since this will take a while to actually finish, it'll give us time to get the other thing done and then start working on that. We're 2,343 energy. We need a lot more. More research done. Okay, basic combat. That's nice. Ooh. Ooh. Look at all these good things. Let's get the blue laser finally. Get us a little bit extra offensive capability, make it so that we can potentially fight our way through the random ass drones that we've got lying around. Mining drones, rather. Okay, so this planet still has got stuff to go, so let's go ahead and just grab that. Over here. Yeah, let's go ahead and grab that. Also needs to upgrade the planetary capital, and we need a lot of resources for those. Okay, perfect. So at this point in time, we still got this planet here. It's an ocean world that's 70% habitable, so there must be some additional perk to it, or maybe it's just 70%. Okay, well, sure. We might actually as well throw a colony over there, since it'll influence our some of our capacity a little bit less. Although, actually, it will still take our science down, so it might be a good idea for us to avoid that for a little while. I don't know. I kind of want to get it anyway, since it'll expand our sphere of influence a little bit. So we might get another colony ship for around there. We just can't build a new colony in a new system because we're at 7 to 7 for directly controlled, and I don't want to be using sectors just yet. Like, it's kind of weird that they even have this cap, because sectors makes it so that you still can just colonize everything, and there's anything that's not going to be immediately profitable, you just turn to a sector, and you get it anyway, so, I don't know. Okay. We have to decide what plant we're going to put our cloning vats on. This seems actually like a good spot for it, so might want to put cloning vats down there. Requires a planetary capital, though, so we would have to upgrade this again, which is pretty damn expensive. I'd rather get this first. More electricity. More electricity. More power plants. Okay, get rid of this one as soon as I can. Why can I not? There we go. Let me... Game? There we go. Okay. Thank you for finally letting me do the thing that I wanted to do, game. It just took you forever. So yeah, even though we're earning like 131 minerals per month, it's still taking us forever to get anything done here. As per usual. As per the usual. Anyway. Science ships are both engaged, I think, in assisting research, so we should be getting a decent amount of it pretty quickly, but I could definitely do with getting a little bit more if we can. Yeah, I kind of want to go ahead and turn this into another biolab, so let's go ahead and do that. Just like biolabs everywhere, and we'll eventually end up in a really good position to just get those techs rolling. I should save up the like 600 or whatever it requires for the for us to get the upgrade to that capital. Getting a planetary capital probably be a good idea right now. 26 ships here. Okay. What I could do is actually just have a secondary strike force and just have them in their different spots right now. I feel as though we probably can outmass the Fubrilovs in terms of like our fleet power, in terms of naval capacity, rather. So I think we hold on with what we got there for the time being. What I would actually really like to get is some kinetic weapons, because we got access to the Teldar crystals. With that bonus, like giving 10% extra to kinetics, that would actually be a pretty decent type of weapon to use. So if we see those pop up, we're definitely going to make the switch over to kinetics. Because I think that's as much as like a tier difference in weapon damage without having to actually build more expensive weapons. So it's a hugely good bonus for us. Plus I think people say that like kinetics are stronger. I'm not really sure about that though. Oh shit. We have found the remaining drones drifting into orbit around planet. We have learned that they are unwitting pawns in an elaborate scheme set up by an unknown faction. Going by the modus operandi of this operation, this faction is most likely a particular old and particularly clever pirate syndicate. Must have found the drones drifting through space and done what we could not, modified them. While not as impressive as it sounds, all they did was introduce a self-contained alien technology into the drones. The fact remains that these alien pirates possess a technological know-how far in advance of our own, at least in certain areas. Having installed the command devices in the drones, the pirates let them drift through space again, knowing that they are set to assist their original master's colonists, and that the drones' ability to accurately identify such colonists has degraded with age. The drones have essentially been fattening up our colony as the pirates watch, waiting for the ideal time to strike. Our military analysts predict that the pirates will strike for the next 2 years. God damn it. Okay, let's go ahead and say... Let's do this one. We'll say let them come and we'll start fortifying up in Azalea. We've got 2 years to deal with this, so either way, let's go ahead and grab this. Gonna put this one... Okay, so Azalea Prime is over here. I think that's the only colonizable planet other than this desert world, which we can't really do anything with, so... sort of put that right here. And we'll build a... Or we're gonna move here for now, and we're gonna figure out what kind of new platform we can build here. So we need to build a full-on defense station rather than just the platform. We want to go ahead and get a mix of mediums and larges depending on what we're going to get attacked by here. And for now, we just go ahead with red lasers. We'll have to upgrade this as the time comes, and we do want the subspace snares for this particular one. Don't have anything to add to that, so great. Getting all those down to the larges. Could get nano composites somewhere, but what we'll probably have to do is put in the fission reactors down here. Go for the extra damage value, so that should help a little bit, and then we'll put in small nanocomposites. So these are going to be pretty expensive, but it's probably going to be quite worth it. I wish I could actually just build like a space station around the planet that we don't have colonized yet. That would help a bit. And then we move up our fleet station around there. We'll move them one at a time so I'm not paying for both of them at the same time, and we can keep building up our fleet in Deneb. So that should be fine there. Let's get another one of these upgrades. And also, let's keep building ships probably. I don't know, like I guess it depends on like how big is this invasion going to actually be. Let's get a couple defensive forces here as well. We got Colonial Garrison, but they don't really count for much. There we go. Just defensive armies sort of all over the place. Not that many of them yet, but we'll sort of increase those as time goes on. So yeah, 2 years. 2 years time. We're also doing this because it'll give us, I think, let us keep those drones active for us, and since those drones are doing that beneficial crap for us, probably going to be a good idea to keep them around for those bonuses, those juicy bonuses. So the question is going to be, like, how much fleet power is this pirate navy going to have? Like, are we going to get absolutely crushed? It did say they were more technologically advanced than we are. So that's interesting. Alright. I could actually terraform this from there to Continental. That would have cost us 1,500 energy, though. I still want to bank up more energy, though, because we want to get to that over 3,000 mark, so I guess we keep that as is for the time being. Still can't figure out how to deal with this here. I'm pretty damn sure that they are not a minority group there, as far as all that goes. So yeah, I think we're still just waiting on Psionic's pursuit here. Yeah, so while we're on the move with our fleet, we're paying extra upkeep, so it's not really ideal as far as that goes. Get this guy underway here with the crew quarters. That's done. Okay, good. What we can do is actually get the engineering bay and start building other ships here, so we'll get that first. And then we can sort of decide whether we're going to be building destroyers or whatever there. And it could be a very good idea for us to get some destroyers at this point in time. I don't know, I think we got a slight change in our sort of priorities that we're going to have to deal with a bit. Okay. So this place is firmly under our control. Like, there's no chance of it bouncing back to these guys, because even if we got them surrounding it with influence, since we still got the station there, I don't really have to worry about it, so let's just leave that one as is. But elsewhere, got to think of what we can do with other resources around. So yeah, the pathing to get to Azalea is a little bit weird, but it is potentially clippable by these guys if they build a station in Akamar, but they can't get to Akamar through our closed borders, so I think we're okay as far as that goes. We did close our borders to you, right? Okay, borders are always closed towards rivals. Okay, so that's fine. Right, good. That is a lot of stuff that finished building there. Alright. So where was I planning on... Ooh, this is all quite nice. Let's upgrade that. What's going on here? That's the engineering bay. Okay, okay. Don't really need the food here since what we're, again, getting huge bonuses on minerals on this planet, so go ahead and lose the 2 food. Like, losing 2 food is kind of painful, but all these minerals here. Let's cancel that, actually. Get this one after we get that upgraded. Actually, even more so. Where's the planet that we were going to put a capital on? I think that was this one. No, that wasn't that one. Dothon? Yeah, it was Dothon. Okay, so we're going to get that planetary capital, and then we're going to use that so that we can get the clone vats in a couple of years or whatever. However long it takes to upgrade the stupid capital building. Alright. So I think we got the ability to get our cheaper ships there. That's great. Over here. get more upgrades. Get more upgrades here. Another one there. We're just increasing our energy gains wherever we can get them, because that's really all I can do right now. Okay, 63 out of 84, so we can go like 21 more. That's quite a lot of ships that we are down. Okay. Every time like it says you can build a ship, you have to think of that as a ship that you haven't built yet, that you have to build, or that you have to catch up on, basically. 603 to upgrade this fleet now. It's a lot less because we lost a lot of those unupgraded ones in previous fights, but could be a good idea to get the upgrades. 7 months away from these upgrades. Alright. Okay, it's fine. For you, on the other hand, though, we're going to go ahead and build it about here, I think. Cost us 408 for the Steadfast class. It's pretty expensive. But we are going to have to get it built pretty soon. Now that we've got that one strike force currently all assembled here, I'm going to start moving the other ones since I just don't want to pay the upkeep cost for both of them at the same time. Although it's probably not that big a deal if I am. Alright, so I think we go station and then we finish building the fleets. Once we expect those guys to be inbound, I'm going to actually move all of the fleets right beside it so that they immediately engage the station, as well as all of my fleets there, as well as getting shot by the other thing there. Actually, let's move it here. Let's move it close enough that it starts off closer to engagement range. So like right there or something like that ought to do. Unfortunately, you can't overlap stations very effectively in this game, which is kind of a shame. Actually, it makes them really useless. I would actually like it a lot better if the stations were a little bit stronger in this game, but I think they just don't want to make it so that you can defend by hunkering down and building a million stations everywhere and just making it so that the opponent can't advance through territory at all, because that is the sort of risk of allowing that sort of thing. Okay, who the hell leveled here? A governor on center who's doing research. Okay, perfect. And again, we got like a person who's like, oh yeah, no, I was just born to this lovely planet, but it's full, so I'm leaving to another planet, which is also probably full. God damn all of you people. Okay. So we got this like nowhere near done. It's gonna take forever. Let's grab that. We're here in Herma. You just sort of take a look for like planets where you can actually build stuff or like upgrade anything or whatever. This planet, I think we were doing physics. Yeah, so this planet, the upgrades have to be out into the physics ones. So we do have to get our person there building here, so we'll go with the mining network. Yes. Not sure how much longer that person's going to take to pop in, but that's okay. Grab one of these. Actually, I think we... No, okay. Yeah, happier person on the 4. Right, oh, that's fine for now, and then after that we'll go ahead and get another science lab. Perfect. And we should be able to slowly start clawing our way back into the science game, because we were kind of out of the science game. We were basically like had no science for a long, long time there. Currently, I think we still build our ships in Deneb. It's probably the best place for it. Okay, this is kind of nice. Let's go ahead and grab... So I just need to cap out diplomacy. It doesn't really matter what order we do, but let's get alien terrorism anyway. We'll double check what that actually does, though. Or actually, I don't want to build one there. We want to build one, if we're going to get one, we build it on Azalea. So what did this actually do? Visiting center, 2 energy. Alien migration attraction plus 50%, and habitability is increased by 5%. So that's probably not necessary on this planet, since the habitability is 100% on these Gaia worlds, although it's a little bit less because of the wild storms, but realistically that doesn't really matter that much. God damn it, really? Okay, so this is where the person decided to migrate to. They just like, you know what, this planet has lots of opportunities with their 0 jobs. I can't move this asshole because he's like, yeah, but... so we'll get a mineral processing plant right there. That'll at least stop the complaints, even though we're not going to get access to that for forever. I think we have to get the Sentinel Point defense just in case we end up getting attacked by someone that uses that sort of stuff, even though we won't really be able to effectively make use of it for a while. So we'll have it available, but also, what's priority down here? I don't think I need to keep up with this right now, so let's move. You know, this person was not actually religious. That's extremely ironic. I like that. That's funny. One of the non-religious people was the one in charge of the church. No wonder our church is unhappy. Okay, let's get you guys switched because you're happy, so you'll be producing a little bit extra. We'll get that being built. Then we'll get, well, whatever. It doesn't even really matter. We'll also switch you guys since that should finish building before that will, and that way we'll optimize our productivity a little bit there. Then after that, it's going to take a long time before we get anything going on there. Okay, so all that's done now. Good. Let's clear that out as well. We need to clear out some of these tile blockers on some of these planets pretty badly. Get this one cleared. There we go. Okay. And then on center, needed to build more ships. Since our population's been increasing, like, we're still getting more ships and so on and so forth anyway, so this leaves us a little bit vulnerable. Azalea is like our most sort of isolated sector. So it leaves us in a really sticky position as far as being able to actually project power outwards, but let's just check out these guys, see if they're... Yeah, border friction is still a bit of a problem. So, yeah, I definitely just need to increase the trust cap. If I became stronger than them by enough, then it probably would be enough, but it's kind of a tricky thing to do. Okay, we got our station here. Yep, defense station down here. It's got 698 fleet power. If I check off building another station, you can see that I cannot build one unless I build it way the hell out there. This is why they're so bad. You get your station over here and it's just like, ugh. Alright, let's go into our ship designer though. Let's take the steadfast and let's upgrade the laser type. And this brings us down to 0 spare power, but it does increase the damage, so it works out okay. And then if we go over here, we can actually upgrade this as well, and it'll cost us only 30 minerals, so it's worth it. And this has increased its firepower up to 698, which is not that great, but it's enough to make me think that we should be okay. So what's our merged fleet power now that everyone's under an admiral? Well, it's 1.8 thousand, which is pretty weak still. Go into our ship designers and also go ahead and upgrade the paragons. Well, I could actually go ahead and change it to the torpedo boat class. Give it a torpedo and a blue laser, but this would probably not be ideal. Clear design. Let's just click on the paragon again. Just upgrade to blues. And what we'd have to do in this case is drop one of the shields. So apparently we'd have to drop that much. Which is quite a lot of shielding to drop. At that point in time, it might be better for us to have a medium there and then 2 deflectors in the smalls. In fact, I think we might even be able to know. Okay, well, it was a thought. Could add in the basic combat computer. Increasing combat speed and chance to evade. Both of those are actually fairly good. Does take up 5 power, and that was actually increasing our firepower, so the question is, like, how much combat power is that? 2%? So 6.25 or 6.11 versus this one, so 6.18. Because we're still getting that 1% increase at the very least. So okay, I think that's a pretty good compromise there. It's a more expensive model and so on and so forth, but all right, we're at 800 and something minerals there. We need 1,430 to upgrade, so it's pretty expensive. I think it's worth it though. We should probably just wait on that upgrade. Get the fleets upgraded, ready to fight once those guys show up, and then hopefully that'll all work out in the end. Got like 100 fleet power over here, but that's really not that much. I don't know, I hate these ancient drones. Ah, shit. Okay, and they appeared not actually, and there's, what the crap. That was it? Really? Huh. Okay. Interesting. I feel like I was kind of over-prepared for that, just a little bit. Alright, so we'll get those things researched, and then we'll go ahead and assist research here. Is there going to be any comment about how that was crap? Like, what the hell? Alright, so, yeah, checking that debris is going to help us out, though. They might have had... I don't even know what weapons they had, Jesus. Pirates. They didn't even have a chance to fire their weapons, I don't think. Okay, so... Nope. Alright. If they have kinetic weapons, no, they've got energy weapons. Okay, so... They did manage to deal 13 damage with small red lasers before they all exploded. Good to know. Election. Okay, I think that we just keep our current. That seems to be fine. Space stations and modules is fine, and mining stations is kind of fine. Although, let's check the options here. Happiness, not that important. Again, we got an available for the Pacifist League. I don't really care to have them sort of doing anything. So fleet organizer, naval capacity, that's a terrible one. Energy, and so on and so forth. I feel like this is actually a really good... But CNS Ambassador, that's one of our... Yeah, that's one of our science ships. That's actually a bit of a waste of a good scientist, though, so let's actually support you a couple times. Get you into office there. And what's going to happen is that we'll have, at that point... the ability to get a scientist that doesn't have really amazing abilities doing the support science thing, because it really doesn't matter if your scientist is any good or not. They can sort of do that thing anyway. Okay, so yeah, that was really anticlimactic and disappointing. I guess it's because you can get that event really early, so they balance it around that, and they don't sort of scale it up by time. So, yeah, classic Yukitsu times anticlimax. What are we going to get out of this? I don't even think we're going to get anything out of this, honestly. Because, like, they didn't have any weapons really on them. So, the thing is, I do kind of still want to upgrade these ships, though, so we'll hit the button here. It'll just take a while before we actually pay the money, because we have to wait till we've actually got all those resources, so that'll be fine, though. Alright. Just have to hit unpause so that time resumes, otherwise this will take forever, by which I mean we'll literally be sitting here until we're corpses, because we'll never get anything done. Alright, so apparently that, like, 13 points of damage got repaired. I'm surprised we even... It must have hit an unshielded ship. Because, like, I don't think they actually had time to actually strip the shields off of anything. We got 100 hit points worth of shields on these guys. Okay, well... Strange. Either way... Kind of hoping that... actually, no, yeah, it is this one. It's CNS Ambassador. Anomaly research. Yeah, like, none of that's too important for me right now. I'm considering that bringing my fleet around and doing hit and runs on these guys. I think we'll actually start doing that pretty soon, just because I need to test out my new ships here. So we'll just pull our fleets in, have them sort of attack the enemy until we can retreat. Once we can retreat, we'll go ahead and do that. Yeah, we're just getting 15 points of research and 10 points of research, so they have literally nothing that we could get out of them. So it's kind of weird that they're considered sort of like more advanced than us in that sort of way. It was making me actually kind of way more skittish, I think. Like, why would they think that they could get these people to be super powerful and then take them over with their tiny ships that they had? That makes no sense. God damn it. Alright, got that done. I don't need the core sectors. Biolab 2, I guess, is what we're going to get. It's not great, but we'll take it. So this science ship here needs a new scientist. And have we got any spares? No, we do not. Have got lots of leader slots, though, so that's pretty good. So it doesn't matter what I pick, so we're going to pick for age. The youngest scientist here is Tatiana Dragomirov. Okay, fine. So you're now head of this science ship. And the science ship here is just going to be sitting in orbit, helping us with the scientists on the planet. Good times. Alright, so we've started the upgrade process of First Strike Fleet on this planet over here, and it is going to be a fairly lengthy upgrade process, but that's okay. Down here we see that our planet has loads of people, doing whatever the hell it is that loads of people do. We can go ahead and upgrade here. Let's go ahead and get another biolab upgrade. Take a while before that population finishes anyway. Population over here. We were going to go ahead and actually get the clone labs. And having access to a clone labs really helps get your forces stronger. It's also like 4 points of bio research on a bio research tile, so this will be actually quite good. So anyway, just need 1 more month. Pass there. I'm still thinking of getting visitor centers somewhere because they're kind of okay, but like they're also not great either, so it's hard to say. Probably put it on a planet to like cancel out a habitability penalty on a planet that's sort of below normal habitability. Like we could put one here and that might actually be okay. Yeah, we'll put it on this tile after we remove that volcano, I guess. Yeah, and again, just nothing. These guys are shit. Stupid pirates. Alright. That's disappointing. Okay. Well, either way, let's go ahead and get ourselves another mining network here. Then our Gaia world over here. Be a little while before we need to build anything else there. Ooh, lots of stuff to build here. Lots of stuff to upgrade, more importantly. I wonder if I can build stuff on these tiles. Yeah, no, I can't, unfortunately. I wonder how much longer it's going to be before I get the tech to actually genetically modify these guys to be something useful to me. Okay, so these guys, are you guys all done? Ooh, improved assist research. Let's grab that. That'll be a pretty decent bonus. Okay, what's our fleet power? Ooh, 2.1 thousand now. That's pretty okay, actually. I'm okay with that. We'll relocate the fleet down to Deneb for the time being. Get you guys upgraded as well. If you're doing these hit-and-run tactics, technically speaking, battleships are better for it, rather than the cheaper, more efficient ones, because what you do is you have your battleships go and pummel things with long-range artillery, and as the enemy gets closer, by the time they get closer, hopefully you've done big damage, and then you just sort of warp your fleet back out. And you'll take a bunch of damage, but you'll be able to repair your ships, and hopefully you've killed like 5, 10, 100 other small ships. So, you know, if they send in wave tactics, you'll have destroyed bunches and bunches and bunches of their corvettes or whatever. They're cheap, easy to kill corvettes. Your ships will be like at half health, but they'll be able to repair them. The only problem is it can take an awful long time to repair these ships, so it's kind of a risky strategy. I think cruiser is the tier that sort of fits that strategy best. I don't think you need to go all the way to the top tier, because cruisers also have the highest sort of damage in their sort of inherent AI build. So we'll upgrade first and then build this, and then we'll clear. So do things in sort of the order that makes most sense, I suppose. This lab. It's looking good. It's looking pretty good. Okay, fine. I just need to start saving up for capitals, I guess. Look at how, like, our energy has not changed at all. That's kind of the weird thing about energy in this game, is that, like, it doesn't really change that much. I've got a minor mandate. I should probably actually get working on that. We'll grab you. There's probably another resource source there that I could be taking advantage of, but I'm not, because I'm an idiot. But, you know, it happens. I have to figure out what it could be, though, so it's not as though it's that easy. Okay. Yeah, these guys, I definitely feel like once we get access to the higher tier warp drive, that would be a big assistance, but we were going for other techs, I think. 10 more months for these destroyer assembly yards, at which point I'll be building destroyers, but man, that's a slow tech. I feel like if I had been building them, I could have had them like ages ago. Yeah, sure, I'll agree to that. They probably have like really good knowledge about the rest of the galaxy. They know about an ocean world that's quite nice down all the way there. They know that these guys are kind of expanding in a really weird way. Ooh, and there's one of the great Fubralev states down here. Now this is interesting because they might actually start disliking their other... Wait. Ibrak, Great Fubralev. Is there another... Well, either way. Are some continentals down this way? Yeah, that was that one. Okay, sorry I knew about that. What we also want to look for is like Titans or something like that. I haven't really seen anything like that yet, though. Because a lot of them, if you can actually defeat them, or Leviathan rather. If you can find a Leviathan, they have huge bonuses if you can be the one that beats them. So I would quite like that. Need to find a way to get these guys to come around my side here for this particular thing. I wonder if the two of us combined could take out the two of those other guys combined. Should probably save that for later in the game, though. Alright. How much damn longer do we have for this? 6 more months. It's so long. Alright, let's just check our armies. We've got still some colonial defenses there and stuff like that. We've got attackers down there in Cursa, but I could definitely do with some more garrison. Kind of want to have at least 4 garrison on each of these planets. Just really helps out just in terms of safety, and of course if like some weird rebellion thing happens, it's nice to have some defending armies. It's probably too many, but they're kind of low on upkeep, so it's not as though it's a huge investment to get them. Okay. Guys are all together here. Alright. Let's go ahead and get you merged up. Alright. So, 2.3k. We're going to go ahead and send you guys off into a suicide run, and we'll retreat you guys once it becomes clear that it's a suicide run. And hopefully that'll work out. What'll happen is we'll clear out a couple of these guys. By then, we'll have access to a slightly higher tier of ship. In fact, I should probably go into our ship designer here. Check out the Argo here and trade out some of the stuff here. Ooh, actually, I could get the point defense picket ship stern. So I could have the artillery valve with the big weapon, and then the point defenses here. And what this does is it makes it so that we've got, well, for one thing, a crappy kinetic weapon, which is kind of nice, but also we've got the ability to hit down missiles and stuff like that, and other small ships if necessary. Get the tracking there, that's pretty good. Alright, so this costs quite a lot. Quite a decent amount of money. We could also replace the bow for a slot that's got the 1-point defense, but I think that the 1 large is kind of okay here, so go ahead and save that design there. Alright. And we got enough money pooled up, so we'll be able to build quite a few of the Argos as soon as we've got access to that sort of stuff. Or once we got the cost discount, is what I really want to aim for there. I'm actually going to build our stupid colony ship in Herma. I just want that extra buffer pushing out extra hard around here, counteracting these guys' activities, so on and so forth. And it's not that much for a colony ship anymore. I can get them pretty quickly. Look at all this stuff being built. Wow. Okay, I think we go ahead and upgrade this first, and then we get... Yeah, because I needed to upgrade actually a bunch of capitals as well. Damn it. I don't think actually that we wanted to get... Yeah, you know, I'll get another food source for the time being. Actually, no. Let's get the minerals. Let's get the minerals. Get that. Get you down there. Ancient Mineral Processing Hub. Let's see here. Let's see what we can learn from it. Now, here's the thing about this one. I don't really gain anything from this because I already gained the benefit. Since I'm pacifist, I can sort of get that for free. What we're going to do here, let's get Let's just quickly grab tier 2 afterburn, or let's just grab afterburners real quick, get rid of that while it's still while we still have a technically sort of have a discount on it. Now you can see that they've actually got a bunch of ships streaming towards me, and these guys only have like 15 fleet power, or 15 members, so we can actually easily take these guys out. So that's fine. And they'll engage us in that sort of corner there. Over here in Deneb, we can go ahead and upgrade to spaceport level 4, and they'll get us access to that extra stuff. And let's go ahead and check how these blue lasers are doing against these, mining drones. Getting completely wrecked. And that's because they had such a small amount at a time. This time they got a fleet of destroyer-class ships here. 753 fleet power. They've got another couple fleets around this side here. They've got like the hubs here, which are actually quite difficult to take out. Let's check our special projects here. Processing hub. Let's go ahead and research that. It's only going to take 7 months. It's pretty okay. I think our admiral here is leveling up as well. Yeah, level 4 now. Alright, interesting. So yeah, we're able to completely wipe these things, but we are losing a couple of our corvettes, so that's fine. But if we can take out each of their fleets sort of one at a time, that's sort of what we're hoping to do here. I'm actually going to return these guys home right now. We'll bring them in, and then we'll bring them to the south here, start taking out these two fleets, and that'll just leave each of these stations one by one. So that's what we're hoping to do here. And you can get a bunch of free text by doing this as well, so... I've actually cleared out enough that I can actually get an exploration past them if I want as well, so... Let's go ahead and build an explorer in Deneb here. Or actually, no, let's just break one off from our home fleet here. Our main fleet. Once it gets to port, I guess, we can get to port first if we want to. So because we have to do everything in order, I still have to wait a little bit for this, which is a bit of a shame. They're probably just going to head to Ariga because it's the closest fleet for them to repair at. So that's fine. Alright, so we should actually have that under lockdown. So both Peaceful and Free Elections Foundation, both these guys are at pretty high happiness levels. Strategic resource control is the only thing that's really bothering these people. So I need 5 of them. So yeah, that will be difficult. Okay, so Deneb over here, we need the spaceport to get the destroyer assembly yards. Then after that we can start spamming out destroyers, although again I keep forgetting that I have to pay for these stupid capital upgrades. Yeah. Oh, that one needs 10 pops, okay. Still haven't got there yet. This planet can get theirs, so we'll go ahead and get it. I think we've already got one here. Nope, we haven't. Okay. God damn it. Everything in this game is so expensive. Alright, so yeah, we only lost like 2 ships on that. Oh shit. Alien Reform Group. Friendlier relations with alien species. These must be xenophiles. Okay, yeah, so these guys are xenophiles. Endoric Xenology. That's giving them minus 10%. No purges. That's fine. That's fine. Presentient Survival. Federated. I'm trying to federate, but it's a little bit tricky. Okay, policies here. Liberation Wars, food stockpiling's fine. Native interference. We can go ahead and put passive study there. That's fine. Native enlightenment's allowed. Their settlements prohibited. Peaceful. Presentience. Tolerate presentience. Yeah, tolerate presentience is fine. Core world's populations, all species, refugees welcome, slavery prohibited, purge prohibited. Okay, so that should be, yeah, that jumps these guys up to 66%, and they'll start churning out a little bit of influence as well. They're not numerous in my federation yet, but I think these are a xenophile faction, pretty sure. Xenoist, yeah, xenophile ethos. So that'll start creeping upwards, and that's actually fine. I don't particularly mind that. Typically speaking, like xenophile, if you have it, it sort of spreads and makes you more likely to gain allies anyhow, so I doubt that's going to let us actually get any brownie points with these guys, but Alright, so those got finished. Ah, shit. Okay, I forgot to spend a little bit of money there before we did that, but it's fine. I don't think we lost too much influence. Alright, let's go grab that right there. Cost us a tiny bit, so we're sort of back down a bit. Okay, over in Deneb. Kind of hoping I can get a few of those destroyers ready to go, because I really want to have some. It's like just always exciting in this game when you get a new class of ship, as opposed to just same old sort of ship that you've been sort of running with. And it will be actually a big benefit to have a few of those ships running around with a large class of weapons, because those just hit a lot harder than the small weapons that we've been currently running around with. But in any event, I think we're going to call it an episode here. We've done quite a lot. Processing, we got 2,000 minerals. Holy shit. So yeah, normally what we do is we get that edict that we've already been using that gives us the extra mineral gain. I guess if you stack them together, you gain a huge amount of minerals. That's actually going to help us a ton. So yeah, that's really good. So anyway, hope you found this episode enjoyable, and of course, as always, hope to see you guys all next time. I'm just going to go ahead and upgrade our capitals, because that's super important, and I don't want to keep forgetting it. But yeah, no, that's pretty much all there is to it.